Halls of 4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw it. Pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear quick, ready from ear to ear. Craving and raining and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's try this again, and maybe this will work. And which we're going to get it to. It just happens. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I want to welcome everybody to this live stream edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and we got a full slate today on this Monday because you know it's magnificent, marvelous Monday here in Oklahoma City and or throughout wherever you are watching this live stream. And remember, this is a live stream, not a podcast, but we are going to be switching and going to podcast, or we're going to still be doing a live stream so you can watch it live, or you're going to be able to go to podcast, and we're going to be doing that starting in October. So next week you'll be able to go and listen to us on podcasts or on a podcast server, and we'll let you know where we're going to be. In addition to that, you'll still be able to watch us live either, of course, on Facebook if you're Facebook. If we're Facebook friends. If not, you can go to mcsportsnetwork.com. That's www.mcsportsnetwork.com. Or you can go to YouTube, hit search, The Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark. It pops up. Subscribe, like, and hit notifications. And then every time we're on, you will get a notification to watch us. And then also the same thing on Twitch. You can search The Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark, and the same thing will pop up on Twitch, and do the same thing, like, subscribe, and notifications. So those are the formats that we're on currently, and we will be adding to that. But like I said, if you've missed any of our shows before, you can go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com, click on the search for that on your Google or Bing or wherever it is, and you can search for it. You can click on it. You can watch the Unpopular Hour, Women Only Wednesday, or After the Storm. And of course, After the Storm will be going live on the 3rd, which is next Monday, because we'll be doing two shows. We'll still be doing the Unpopular Hour every day, kind of like we'll be doing our same show, but then we'll be doing a pre-Thunder, I guess, a pre-Thunder show. So we'll be talking about the Thunder, what's going to happen, the matchups, and things like that, and then that. So then, in addition to that, I've got some stuff coming up. I think we're going to switch and start coming on at 1 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock, because we have some coaches that want to be on our show. But, of course, at 2 o'clock, they're kind of hard because practice starts, and for a lot of high school coaches, practice starts at 2 o'clock, so they won't be able to come on. And then college coaches, it's a little tough for them. So we're going to be kind of switching our show around a little bit to where we're going to be adding possibly another hour to the show, if not for sure moving up an hour to 1 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. And then we're going to be adding on to the show, adding on a coach's segment and stuff like that. So we're excited about the things that are going to be coming up on the Unpopular Hour, and we are growing slowly but surely, adding different segments and different things that we're going to be doing. And then, of course, Thunder season is starting, and today in NBA news, which we'll talk about soon, we'll be going over that. But to start out right now, we're looking at, I was watching the England-Germany match, and it is still 0-0 right now. If you're into soccer, it's still 0-0 right now between England and Germany. And my good friend Nick Jackson over at Santa Fe Family Life Center, of course, he's a big, huge England fan, and can't wait for the USA and England to swear off. And the women are on October 7th. I believe is the women's U.S. women's soccer team against the women from England. So that's going to be a good match. But anyway, it's 0-0 right now just to kind of keep you up. Then, of course, in the men's news, I'm not sure about our men's team, what's going to happen with us. I just, we shall see what happens with them. I still wonder just how good they are. But we lost 2-0 to Japan Friday. And then, of course, tomorrow, Tuesday, September 27th at 1 p.m., we'll be going against Saudi Arabia, and we need a bounce-back game. We got 0 shots on goal, which is just unbelievable how against Japan it's just we turned the ball over like crazy. Remind me a lot of the Chiefs game yesterday. It just was nothing went right for the Chiefs last night. It was just unbelievable on that happen. But anyway, USA have got to bounce back against Saudi Arabia, and then it's a lot of time for these kids to find out because it's only 55 days away before before the World Cup starts. So if you're going to want to be on the team, here's the time. If you're a young player for the USA to make your mark, because we know Pulisic and those guys are already in, but it's time for you to make your mark and let them know that you do belong or do want to be a part of this team. And so that's going to be a huge thing for some of these soccer players from the U.S. men's team. I'm talking about for them to be able to make the team and to show that they belong, because here's your opportunity to really do something if you're willing to step up. And if you're not, oh well. Now, in NBA news, of course, today is Media Day. The Thunder were on. Sam Presti was talking about, this weather is just beating me up. Sam Presti is not worried about, of course, if you guys didn't know, SGA sprained his MCL. And they're not sure how long he's going to be out, but Sam Presti is not worried, and neither am I about that. And I do agree with him that if it was going to happen, now is the best time for it to happen, because it's early in the year and it doesn't really affect anything to be completely different if he got hurt towards the end of the year when we really needed him and we were making a run. So that being said, I'm glad that SGA, I think he'll be okay. We do have some of the best doctors here in Oklahoma City to operate on him, and so I'm completely okay, and I agree with Sam Presti, our general manager, that there's nothing to worry about there. Steph Curry, of course, talked with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, which I'm sure that LeBron, and he talked to a lot of the top players, asking them what they felt about Robert Sarver and the punishment. But, as Adam Silver laid out, he did what all he could do as commissioner. He probably could have suspended him for longer than that. But I think the way that Adam said, like I said, when he had made his statement, I made the comment to my guy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com that I thought that was perfect for the way that he said it, that he was going to be able to get pressure in a lot of the media, because let's face it, stuff like that, it's the media that makes the difference. The players can say what they want to, but the media are the ones that actually determine what's going to happen with somebody. So that's kind of the way I look at it, and I think that the media has made a determination about that. And, of course, Robert Sarver is gone. But I agree with Steph Curry. There should be a standard around what's right and what's not. And clearly, there's not in America, period. When you look at politics and you look at all the things, it's just not the same. I don't know what it is with our nation right now. We're going through a flux. People want to overthrow the government, people not happy, the right going crazy, left going crazy. These people are all stupid. And like I've said many times, I think you need to make a TV series. Take all the idiots on the left, all the idiots on the right, put them on their own island together, and then that would be must-see TV. Put them all together, stick them all together on an island. And then the rest of us, the 60% of us who are in the middle, I think would be fine. We'd be more than happy. Hey, you guys go over there and y'all do y'all's thing over there, and we'll watch. So that's kind of how I believe that it should be. But let's not face it. Let's not feel sorry for Robert Sarver. He bought the team in 2004 for $400 million. The current value, of course, is $1.8 billion. And remember, the Clippers sold for $2 billion. So let's face it, it's going to be way more than that. And I believe the Nets even sold for over $2 billion. So I'm not worried about him at all. and the money he's going to make because of the simple fact that it is the NBA. And if you're on a professional sports team, as far as NBA, Major League Baseball, or NFL, you're going to make a huge amount of money. What did the Nuggets go? I mean, the Broncos go 5.5 billion or something stupid. I only imagine what the Cowboys would go for, and of course, they would never be sold. Boston, I won't say never, but it's unlikely that they'll ever be sold. Boston Celtics suspended Ime Udoka for the entirety of the 2022-23 season for an improper, intimate, consensual relationship with a female staffer that violated the team's code of conduct. Now, I agree with Stephen A. Smith. This is a bunch of BS. Either fire him or keep him. And I'm sure that both of them feeling, I mean, this is a clearly agreement. My understanding is that they gave him the option that he could take this punishment, he could resign. Those were his options. And he chose this. And I think in some way he thinks he's going to be able to make up for it through counseling and things. But if the rumors are true about what the things that he did, I don't see how he could ever come back from that. And I agree also with Stephen A. Smith about how fair is it for whoever this woman or women are to bring these charges forward against him, but then we don't know who the hell they are. I don't think that's fair that he gets this treatment, but yet we don't know who and eventually, this is the now generation. We're going to find out eventually who it was. So it's easier just to come out in front and do this. But for me, the Celtics, go ahead and fire him. And then this is a mute issue, all this other stuff. What you've done is you've left this low-hanging fruit right above your organization. Now it's going to be a distraction all year. People will be constantly asking questions, blah, blah, blah. It's going to go on and on and on. Why wouldn't you just fire the man? So this is a lot deeper on why he did not get fired, why he chose to take the punishment, and being able to keep his job and still get paid, even though it was a substantial fine applied to him. But, Shaq made something interesting that he did not want to comment about being infidelities because of the simple fact of what he did. And him talking about how he ruined his family and all that because he couldn't keep it in his pants. And me too. I ruined my first marriage because being a professional athlete, I couldn't keep it in my pants, and I ruined our relationship as well. So I can completely agree with Shaq, but he could have an opinion on the way that the Celtics handle this, and I disagree with him 100%, but I do agree with Stephen A. Smith that we should know who she is. We're going to find that anyway. And that she should have been, why does she still have a job? Or if she still has a job, that's why he still has a job. Because they did not want to fire her. And if they fired him, they would have had to fire her. So maybe this is the solution to that. But please tell us who it is because we are going to find out eventually because this is America and the world as far as media. What's up, Drew? How you doing, man?
Drew, what's happening?
Oh, man, just talking about you.
I've listened to a little bit of your. I thought we already knew who she was.
No, we don't.
I sent you that clip.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok, man.
Oh, dude, it's the vice president's wife.
Yeah, but it's more than one.
That's what everybody's saying.
It's more than one, though. That's the problem.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's probably
that's the quickest way to get fired if you're sleeping with the boss's wife.
Well, my understanding is I knew that one of them was either the owner's wife or vice president, somebody high up in the organization. I knew that, but on the other side of that, there had to be somebody else, and she did not get fired. That's why he didn't get fired. But to me, the Celtics, to me, I look at this and I'm like, okay, first of all you've done is put this low-hanging fruit above your organization for the entire year. People are going to talk about this forever. And I'm sure Media Day there was outrageous today because it was Media Day in the NBA. Yeah. So I'm sure it was crazy. But to me, just fire the dude, fire her, and move on, and there's no question. But you didn't because
I don't
you don't want to
know.
fire
if it's the vice president's wife, I don't know that she's going to get fired.
That's correct.
What really was she doing? I mean, as a job. I mean, media relations probably.
Or travel, whatever.
Kissing babies or, whatever.
So, but the whole thing is that they couldn't fire her, so they can't fire him. But for me, for him, is, dude, why are you still there?
Yeah, you got no future.
You have no future there. I mean, I don't understand what he's doing. To me, go ahead and fire me. Give me my money.
Yep.
Give me my money and I'm gone. Let me move on to another organization. But instead, now this is a black spot on his reputation and his ability in the future to get a job. Because if I'm an NBA owner and my coach is sleeping with somebody high up in my organization's wife,
Right.
why would I want to hire you?
Mm-hmm.
Now the NFL
100%.
the NFL teams, the other teams, I promise the NBA teams, I promise you they know exactly what it is and exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know they know. So, but anyway, I was talking about also Steph Curry and Adam Silver and how Steph was like, hey, there should be a standard about what's right and what's wrong. Period. If you screw up, you go to jail, or if you screw up, you get fired. Or what are you? I mean, why is there a double standard?
Yeah,
but like
some sort of blueprint booklet.
right, and you and I
Whatever you wanna
talked about
call it.
that, Drew. You and I talked about that, a long time ago. And when it first happened, you and I were both like, okay, this is the deal.
Yeah, we knew it. We had to be somebody.
Yeah. And you and I both were laughing when the Robert Sarver deal, where you and I both were laughing like, hey, bro, if there's no evidence, well, come on, man. Dude, you can't say that. What did you say, Drew? Even though there's no tape,
Yeah.
you still said it.
A preponderance of the evidence.
Kind of like Barry
Leads
Bonds.
you to believe that 325 people said you said it. Probably pretty good chance you said it, and probably still are saying it.
And have said it in the past more than 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
It's probably your way of life.
Yeah. Well, like you and I talked about, there's a difference between we're saying it among ourselves, but nobody else that I don't know can't say it around me. I don't know you. You can say that to your black friend over there.
I don't know that you're letting anybody say it around you.
No, but what I'm saying is with the A, not the ER. I'm with the A, not the ER, which, anyway, that's a whole different story.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
I got you.
But Media Day today, SGA, MCL, Sam Presti says he's not worried about it. And, of course, the reporter's like, are you worried about him being injury prone? Let me see. He sprained his ankle. He messed up his ankle really bad. Stepped on somebody's foot. This is the NBA. That happens all the time. He hurt his knee. I tore my MCL too, and you can see that he's fine. When I tore mine was bad, and I kept playing. Unfortunately,
why not just come out and say, hey, you know what? He's our best player. We're gonna be really careful in the preseason. He's a little sore. Just leave it at that. I mean, he doesn't want to play preseason. Who cares?
Right. Well, the whole
I
thing.
don't care.
Well, like Sam Presti said, is if it's gonna happen, it's better it happens now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Drew? Let's do it now, where it doesn't matter, than later on, and that's what matters ultimately.
Just look at the way the NFL looks at preseason. Hey, listen, we're not going to play our starters.
Well, you can tell the quarterbacks that didn't play, they're awful.
They look terrible. Yeah,
they're awful. You know what I'm saying?
Or hurt, one of the two.
Or hurt. I mean, it's just and the ones that didn't look good. So, but we're gonna jump right in and let's talk a little bit about the Big 12 standings, Drew. I look at them like. Hey, we're gonna give you a chance to talk about your great quarterback that your Nebraska Cornhuskers let go.
Absolutely careered on OU. The guy hadn't had a game like that in his entire career.
Wasn't it unbelievable?
13-31 as a starter made him look like Troy Aikman.
Wasn't that unbelievable? But hey, you know what though, Drew? That is Kansas State. They beat them 5 out of the last 11 years.
Well, and you know what? He
3 out of the last
played pretty
4.
Well against Martinez played pretty well against OU last year.
Yeah, he did at Nebraska. Yeah, I agree. But anyway, looking at these standings, Kansas, they're 4-0.
They're a paper tiger.
Yes, I agree.
They're a paper tiger. They haven't played anybody yet.
Yeah.
Just wait. Their day's coming. They got Iowa State this weekend. Watch out.
Yep. And then
Iowa State's not going to be happy either after the bullshit they took. Sorry, excuse my language. That they took in Baylor.
Yep. It's going to be ugly.
That was on their home field too. They got screwed.
Yeah, they did. And the coach he's a little unhappy, wasn't he, Campbell?
Yeah. I would look for them to get a lot of calls this weekend.
Hey, Drew.
We'll see what happens.
Have you ever seen a coach walk all the way onto
Yeah.
the field, onto the other side of
Yeah.
the field.
And
I
then
was
call
like,
timeout just so he can do it again.
yeah, I was like, I
I
was
mean,
like,
that might have been one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
that was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a huge swing in that game.
But you know what? That serves him for right for what they did to Oklahoma State in the call we got when we didn't go to the national championship game. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Or
oh yeah.
last year when we got hosed on another call last year.
Well, if Oklahoma State runs the ball on the 1 yard line, they don't have that conversation.
Yeah, but still, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah.
Baylor 1-0. Oklahoma State this weekend is going to be interesting. K-State 3-1.
I like Oklahoma State in that game. I think they're going to be too much. Baylor doesn't score enough points. I mean, granted, that's going to be a tough atmosphere, and it'll be
Baylor.
fired up down there. But OSU usually plays pretty well down there, and if that quarterback Sanders is on, I don't think Baylor can score enough points.
Well, to me, it depends on if we have Spencer or Sanders. In the championship game, he threw, 5 picks? We had 12 turnovers and still came an inch away.
Oklahoma State's going to come in there with a little revenge factor, a little chip on their shoulder. They got to start. They got to get off to a good start.
Yep. And then you got Kansas State 4, Texas Tech is 5th. Oklahoma State, of course, did not play. TCU 3-0, but I'm not even.
We're gonna see what they got this weekend too.
Oh,
that's an early one. Early to see how OU rebounds.
They're gonna beat the brakes off them.
Boy,
but anyway,
you would think that.
One would think that. I think that they're gonna come back and handle them. I think TCU would have had a better chance if OU.
Or Gabriel got exposed.
Or Gabriel got exposed. But dude, he was overthrowing people. Anyway.
Yeah.
Iowa State, OU, Texas, and if anybody thought that we would see OU and Texas at the bottom of the Big 12 standings.
I know.
Now,
I thought there was a pretty good chance Texas could be there, but I didn't think OU would be. I figured OU. Well, we'll see. It's so early.
It's early, bro. It's 4 games into the season. It doesn't matter. But, when I was looking.
Texas defense getting exposed again.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I don't see how they can play lights out against Alabama and then just give up 500 yards to a freshman or sophomore second-string quarterback for Texas Tech. That's amazed me.
Yeah, 34-37 at Tech, though. It's hard to win there, Drew. It's something about Lubbock, is it not? It's something about Lubbock, bro.
For Texas, for sure.
Oklahoma State, OU, too. Tech is – they're just –
it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's in the desert.
I know. That's why I didn't go to school there. It's out in the middle of West Texas, brother. I just went out there. I was like, hey, man, I can't go to school here. There ain't nothing out here, even though I promised. It's so funny is there were 3 of us who were Wendy High School All-Americans together. Me, David Little, and, oh, my God, I can't think what the other guy's name is. And all of us said we were going to all go to Tech. Both of them went. I did not.
David Little.
Yes, I saw. I was like, yeah, I can't do that, bro. There's just no way that I can do that. But how did OU? When I look at the top 25, Drew, which we're getting ready to pull up right now, OU dropped all the way to 18th.
Because Kansas State just got ran by Tulane.
Yes.
And then come in and beat the brakes off OU.
When we were at the game Saturday, I was telling people, I said, right at the beginning of the game, I go, you know what? That first drive, I go, this reminds me of OU Baylor last year. Yep. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Baylor hit OU in the mouth from the very beginning, and OU never recovered.
Well, again, OU struggles with a running quarterback.
Yep.
They got a guy that can run in the pocket. Because Martinez, he careered, but he does not throw a great ball.
Dude.
He got to where that they were running the ball down their throat. That Deuce Vaughn is for real. He's going to be in the NFL next year.
At 5'5". At 5'5".
Yeah, he will be. He reminds you. Who did he remind you of? What was the other guy that K-State had? 43.
He begins with an S.
Help us out, Commander.
Oh my God. DS is the hell's his name?
Daniel Sproles.
Sproles.
Yeah, looks just like him, except change his number.
And Eric Sproles, was it Daniel or Eric Sproles?
Daniel Sproles.
Daniel.
Daniel Sproles.
Okay. Anyway, he was unbelievable. But anyway, this is how we go,
But I
Drew.
mean, just the last play of the game, well, not the last play of the game, but the sealer. Everybody in the stadium knew Martinez wasn't going to throw the ball. I mean, if you ever watched a Nebraska game in your life, knew he wasn't going to throw it. You knew he was going to tuck it and run and try to run the clock out and act like it was some great play call. All he did was wait until the safeties got down the field and he took off running. They should have known that. They got out coached in that deal.
Yeah. You knew
they
what.
should have had somebody ball hawking the quarterback and planted his ass when he crossed the line of scrimmage.
But you know what though, Drew? In college this weekend though, okay. I mean, when you look at the scores from this weekend, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. But okay, we have Alabama 2, Ohio State 3, Michigan 4, and I don't think Michigan is as good as they think is first advertised, Drew. I
think Ohio State's better.
Yes.
Ohio State should be number one in my poll.
They are impressive. I agree with Waham. They are very, very, very impressive.
Georgia did not look impressed Kent State.
No, they did. And then Clemson, no. Number 5. I mean, they had to pull out everything to win that game. And then SC, Caleb Williams throwing his only touchdown with 1:30 seconds to go for them to beat Oregon State. And you and I talked about that, how that tough a game that was going to be for them. And Oregon State gives them everything they want every single time. It's just one of those deals. The difference between.
So I was going to tell you, so that Oregon State, and there was more money wagered on Oregon State than any other NFL game or NCAA game this year. And
they covered.
That's pretty crazy. Vegas usually fades the public bet on something like that, but everybody was on Oregon State and they covered. And being a late night game too, a lot of late night action came in on them late in the day. Everybody just loaded on Oregon State and they covered.
Well, that's because everybody lost their ass earlier. College football this weekend and NFL football this weekend
don't even get me.
Well, we're gonna be talking about both of them, but it's just this weekend was
pretty good.
He's fading on me, but Kentucky at number 7. I don't see how they're ranked that high. Tennessee, great game. Oklahoma State, of course, at number 9. They had a bye this weekend. North Carolina State 10, Penn State 11. Tell you what, they love those SEC teams, and they're packing up with Big Ten as well. Utah 12, Oregon 13. They just love. Oregon starts up early, gets the brakes beat off them, drops down to 20. Now they're back to 13 again. Ole Miss at 14.
And took 29-point fourth quarter against Washington State.
Yes. Washington 15, Baylor 16, Texas A&M 17. And let's face it, how does Arkansas drop to 20 when, dude, the ball hit the top of the goalpost? I have never seen that.
Let me just tell you how big a swing that was. You had Arkansas plus 1.5.
Wow.
And they lose by 2, and the ball hits the top of the goalpost and drops straight down. I mean,
drop straight down. It's like a wind, so a force of wind hit. It's kind of like when you hit a golf shot.
Arkansas outplayed Texas A&M in every facet of that football game, and they throw a pick 6 and then get a doinker off the top of the goalpost.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah. Arkansas and Alabama will be a great game this weekend.
I tell you
that's
what,
going to be a good one.
That quarterback for Arkansas, he ain't no joke, bro. He's a real deal.
He's legit.
I agree with that 100. BYU still in there. Arkansas 20th. I think Arkansas is still better than Texas A&M. I think they're better than Baylor. Yeah. I think they're better than Washington.
Baylor. They're better than BYU. They're better than Washington.
Oregon
Arkansas
State
is a top 10 team.
Yeah, I think that's BS, but they're going to have their chance. They got Ole Miss this year, I believe. So we'll see how that works. Yep. Minnesota at 21.
Minnesota's the real deal, too. They can run the ball. They got a good quarterback. They got one of the top running backs in the country. Their offensive line is massive.
And they got good wide receivers as always. They always
Yep.
have wide receivers. Uh,
Yep.
Wake Forest.
And that's a tough place to play in the winter.
Yeah, it is. Florida State 23.
I don't know about them yet.
Yeah,
Jury's still out. We'll see.
to me, they're up and down. And Kansas State, I'm sorry, they're
Yep.
not ranked 25th. I know they beat OU, but they beat them five out of 11 years. OU's beaten them 6 times in the last 11 years. They beat them 5. I can't
Yeah.
get to me. They're Oklahoma State's Iowa State. That's exactly who
Yeah.
they are.
Give me Texas Tech plus the 5 points this weekend against Kansas State.
Yeah, we'll have a chance to go over all of that for sure because
I got my early leans out. I'm prepared and ready.
Yeah, well,
I had a pretty good weekend last weekend, so we're gonna see what happens.
We're gonna talk about Drew's picks next after we take this quick break and pay some bills. Of course, we want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. If you have any computer needs, talk to our guys, Russell Wilford over at Collaborative Logic. He is the man there. If you're going to start a new business, you want to know how to set up your network or computers or anything, software you need, those are the people that you need to holler at. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, those are the people to talk to. And my guy, Mark Long, over there, Oak Grove Trucking, and Jose Fierro. Let's holler at
Still waiting on my shirt, Jose.
He said that he's got them ordered, Drew. I told you he's got them ordered. He's got hats, and so
better not be green either.
No, they're black. They're nice. They're nice. I'll probably wear it Wednesday when we go to Ned's because I still don't have a shirt from Ned's yet. And then of course Greg and Max Nafee, and last but not least, our people over at Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they do.
Go in there and talk to Carolyn.
Or Carson.
Or Joe Horn. Or Nathan Taylor. Or Sable Hinthorn.
Yes.
Or Carson.
Just
they'd love to help you.
Yeah, they'd love to help you. Of course, they are an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's pre-qualify for www.ynbok.com for any cars, needs, any things like that, boat, houses, RVs, commercial loans. Those are the people that you need to talk to. So, now, Drew.
Yep.
At HuskerDrewPicks.com, that's who we're hollering at. That's who's on the phone right now. And we'll throw his pick up with that ugly North Carolina hat he got on. That pullover's nice, though. Anyway,
nice.
The Braves, minus 250. Drew is coming down, bro.
Big game tonight for the Braves. Braves get that one tonight. You're one game separating the Braves and the Mets. Mets are at the Marlins for the next 3 games, and the Marlins don't like the Mets. Who does like the Mets? But that's
Mets
besides
fans.
the point. But
Mets
I'm
fans.
telling you that the Marlins would love nothing better than to spoil the Mets winning the league or winning their conference, their division, and then come into Friday night. You got Mets, Braves, all the starters lined up, all the aces lined up. Should be a good weekend. We'll see what happens. But I've said it before: the Braves can't be more than 1 game down going into that series. Because they're probably going to win 2 out of 3, and the 2 out of 3 has to be good enough to win it.
Right.
We'll see.
You would think. Yankees plus 105. Aaron Judge is now second place in the average for season average for batting average. Of course, he's trying to win the Triple Crown. If he does that, he will be getting his $400 million or $500 million. If he doesn't, he probably won't.
I like the Yankees tonight a lot. I think they're on a roll. They're going to keep on winning here. They're trying to get that home run out of the way, and we'll see. I know I understand why the line is so low, but coming off Sunday Night Baseball against the Red Sox, but that was a long delay and traveling and all that, but I still like the Yankees.
Dude, I can't believe he didn't kill the Red Sox. What was that about? It's kind of like Derek Jeter trying to get his home run, his 3,000th hit.
Right.
It just took forever, and the pressure of trying to do it. It seems like it's bothering him, as it would anybody. The pressure to get that would be extremely difficult. It really would be. Then, of course, tonight, Monday Night Football, Cowboys plus 1, Drew.
Yep, that's I think the defense is going to be too much for the Giants. I'm not a believer in Danny Dimes. I'll take Dallas plus the 1 point. I think they run the ball tonight. I think it's a low scoring game. I do think it goes over 39 though. I think that's too low. Uh, but I could see it 24-20, something like that.
Yeah, because I saw that, Drew, and I thought, man, 39 points, man, that. Can the Giants even score? Can Dallas score?
Yeah. Well, it's 39. I mean, that's so low. To me, when it gets in the 30s, I got burned the other night on a 39. So, which I'm still not over.
You're still not over that, are you?
Yeah. But I do like Dallas tonight. I think that the Rush kid. I think that game against the Bengals gave him some confidence.
Yeah.
But I did see Michael Gallup is scratched, and so is Dalton Schultz.
Wait a minute.
So
Whoa. So they're not going to play him now?
Nope. Neither one.
Wow. Well, I think they miss Gallup probably more than Schultz. Don't you agree? They've got a nice tight end. I agree.
I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Pollard and a heavy dose of Elliott tonight. I think you're going to see a lot of the short passing game, and we'll see. I like Dallas more than I like the over, but I think Dallas's defensive line gets after Danny Dimes tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sitting here also watching. I know you don't care. I'm watching the USA Germany game too as well because I've got our peeps at the office. We got some people from England that work over at Santa Fe Family Life Center, so they're at work, and I told them I'm watching and giving them updates. But it's still 0-0. Yep. I know you don't really care about soccer that much. But tonight, Drew, I was just sitting there looking at. I agree with you. The Cowboys need this really, really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And the Giants are probably the worst 2-0 team. Or I should say the least 2-0 confident team that I have that's 2-0, if that makes any kind of sense of what I'm trying to say. I'm not confident. Them being 2-0, I'm not going, ooh, they're 2-0 and the Cowboys are playing. Right. I'm like, they're 2-0. Am I wrong in that assumption? Or in that thought process, I guess?
If anyone, I'll take my chances against the Giants. They could very easily be 0-2.
Yeah, very easily, but, Yeah. And then
they took a fourth down conversion and a 2-point conversion and a missed field goal and against the Titans. And then we all know what happened to Baker Mayfield in that game. Yep. So the 57-yard field goal to win that one.
Which I'm still thinking about that going, are you serious right now?
And Dallas normally plays pretty well in New York too. So.
Yeah. And excuse me. Man, I slept with my window open last night. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I should not have done it. It was just so nice though. You know what I'm saying,
It was nice last night.
Man, it was nice. What's up? My sinuses are paying for today.
I'm hoping that this week spells the end of this heat.
Yes.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Tired of swamp ass. I'm tired of heat. Tired of it.
Now, are we still on for tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I think so. 8:20.
Are you going to be late again, or are you going to be on time this time?
No, not going to be late. Now I know where it is. Now that I know where it is and how not to drive to get there.
You don't want to get stuck in traffic on Wilshire. Where was that Wilshire and what?
Oh, it was on I-40 coming off the turnpike.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just.
I think the best bet's to go straight up Northwest Expressway.
Yeah, just come straight on down. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And but you might have to leave a little early because everybody be coming that direction to get to Oklahoma City, downtown. So you may want to kind of go the other way. Maybe take the turnpike and go back towards Edmond and come around that way. And come back.
That's what I was saying. Is turnpike out north.
Yeah, go that.
Just go all the way around.
Yeah,
haul ass be 75, 80 miles an hour.
Well, it's 75 anyway, or 70, 75 anyway.
Right.
So I think that may be your easiest bet to do that, to get all the way around. I mean, that's just me. So, but what is your?
Yeah, back again to Dallas. Big game for Dallas tonight. It's a much bigger game for Dallas than it is the Giants. If Dallas can figure out a way to get out with Cooper Rush, and you got one more week. Next week you got the Redskins at home. in Dallas. They should be able to win that one, even with Cooper Rush, and that would put them at 3-1. And then, boy, might get Dak back for the Eagles game.
I tell you what, the
See,
Eagles, Drew.
I
They
don't want
look
to hear
good, man.
about it.
Dude,
Who have
stop it,
they
man.
beat?
Give them.
They are not the best team in the NFL.
Who
Who have
said
they
that?
beat?
Who said that? I'm not saying that. I'm saying they look
I
good.
mean, they look good against some bad teams. I mean, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Skins. I mean, Vikings haven't impressed me at all. The Lions are terrible, and the Skins are one of the worst teams in the league.
They're terrible.
Let's just tap the brakes a little bit. They do look good. Their defense
They look good,
looks
Drew. I'm just saying
Quarterback
they look good.
looks good.
I'm just saying
They're
they
not
look good.
better than the Bills, the Chiefs.
Well, remember tomorrow you got to give me we got to redo our NFL power rankings tomorrow, so you got to send those to me tonight or tomorrow about that. So
is Father Time catching up with Tom Brady? Because he sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Well, he may be a little stressed, Drew.
Yeah.
With Mama.
He did not look good yesterday.
With Mama.
Yeah.
He's having
issues
at the house.
Yesterday.
He's having
really
issues at the house.
Good all year.
He may have should have stayed retired.
Yeah.
Mama is not happy, Drew.
No.
And you know how that is. If Mama ain't happy, I don't care.
I wonder what kind of odds you could get if he retires during the middle of the year.
Well, I don't know if it'll be that bad, but man, she's not happy with how him going back to play football. You know, especially he had a chance to be part owner of the Miami Dolphins. You know, she's sitting up there. She's the owner's wife. She's up in the suite. She has him. He can help with the kids, which, you know what? It's Tom Brady.
Like he might have broke a promise.
I think he may have broke a promise. It sounds like because, you know, the whole thing is this. He felt like he wasn't ready to retire, and he probably did it because she was making him versus him being ready mentally. And
right.
he's fighting back against it. So, but we don't know. We're not there. So, but anyway, okay. NFL games this past week, Drew. Saints and the Panthers, 22-14. You and I called that. We thought that Baker Mayfield and the Saints were going. That the Panthers were going to handle the Saints, and they did.
Yep. Yep. And then the Saints actually absolutely melted down on the sidelines.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's Jameis Winston, man. People aren't happy. He's not going to be there much longer.
Dude, he is who he is and who he's always been, you know. And it's sad for him. The Texans
got a lot of talent. He got a lot of talent. He's got a bean for a brain.
You know, he's
amazing.
I think it's from his upbringing, from where he grew up, and you know, and he could get away with everything and do whatever he wants, and that's a lot of problem with a lot of these athletes. They grew up with no responsibility because these coaches just want to win, and they want to say, I coach, blah, blah, blah. So Texans and the Bears, how about those Texans, man? They're playing. Lovie Smith has got them competitive as hell. Bears only won by 3.
Yeah. The Bears win ugly. I think that's what I took out of that game is the Bears win ugly.
Well, let's face it. He doesn't have anybody. They gave him zero help. He is struggling there. Chiefs, Colts, did you see that game yesterday?
Yeah, amazing. I mean, Chiefs just couldn't get out of their own way. How many balls did they drop and mistakes? And they just didn't look ready to play.
No, well, I mean, it started with Sky Moore because they just dominated those first 3 plays. You could tell the coach are like, oh, shit, here we go. And then Sky Moore gave him some love. Then all of a sudden, Chris Jones, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What was that, Drew? I mean, that's just.
Yeah, it's just
a lot
of bad mental mistakes.
Instead of you getting off the field, then Travis Kelce dropping the game-ending touchdown, which he never does. Hits it right in the hands. He catches that ball 9 out of 10 times. But it's just to go to show you that the Chiefs wasn't. And our question of the day, Drew, I'm just going to go ahead and go to that. I was going to say that to the end. But our question of the day was very simple. Mahomes and Bieniemy flare up at the end of half. Big deal or no big deal?
no big deal. I don't think. I don't think it's a big deal. Chiefs will be all right.
Well, I know they'll be all right, but does this go back to last year? Bieniemy being the offensive coordinator, not making the right calls for them to first down and goal to go to the Super Bowl, and
Right.
you can't come up with a play to win the game. You can't come up with an offensive play. You come up with 3 wild, ridiculous plays which made no sense. Does this go back to that? And remember, it took the Chiefs forever to re-sign him. I don't know if you remember that this offseason.
It did.
And I'm just wondering if
a lot of people think that he might be the next head coach there.
No, he's not going to be the next head coach.
He just, from what I'm hearing, is he just is a terrible interviewer.
Yeah,
from everything I've read.
Well, that's
he's a
clear.
Great X's and O's guy, but yeah.
Well, all I know is that for Mahomes to call him out like that, he doesn't do that. And to me, that's something as a player. That's not a one call deal. That's a combination of multiple things, multiple games, multiple situations. Patrick Mahomes being unhappy.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'll
now, what I'm saying is,
how that...
do I think it's a lot? No. But what I'm saying is, I think it's something.
It could be.
It's something because he doesn't do that. That's out of character for him to do that. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's out of character. And
it is
for him.
He's frustrated. That's frustration.
You and I have been frustrated with our coaches before too. Okay. And usually, for you to come out and say something or be like that, that's not a one-time thing. That's a multiple occurrence deal, and that just hit you at the wrong time, and you normally would have handled that behind doors instead of out there in public. Agreed?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
I mean, because you and I both have been like, what are you doing? And I agree with Patrick. Like, what? I can throw the ball to the end zone. You're trying to tell me that ain't worth me one play to try to throw in the end zone, get a flag or anything, and maybe score? We're going to run the ball? What? I'm pretty sure I could get it to the end zone from there. Don't you think he could have got it from the end zone from there?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, he's just like, what are we doing here? So, whatever. But anyway, back to the NFL scores this week. Bills, Dolphins. 21-19.
Crazy game. The Heat got him. Crazy game.
You know what?
Field goals, mistakes. Josh Allen's a real deal. Horrible pass. Legs not underneath him there at the end. That was a touchdown in any other game that he's been in.
Yep.
But the Bills will be fine.
I agree.
Miami gives them a lot of fits down there. Miami's defense is for real. And you know what? They may beat Green Bay at Green Bay.
Yeah, they could be. Well, because Green Bay can't seem to score.
My Green Bay pick looked pretty good yesterday, beating Tampa at Tampa.
Well, on top of that, Green Bay can't score second half. Aaron Rodgers has got to have confidence. If somebody drops a pass or they fumble, he's like, screw this.
It goes to show people that, the Aaron Rodgers rumors that he's hard to get along with. People don't like playing with him. Whoever, every wide receiver out in the world wants to go play with Tom Brady, but you don't see anybody jumping through hoops to go play with Aaron Rodgers.
And his best player took less money to leave him.
Go somewhere else, yeah.
Less money. Devontae Adams took less money to go somewhere else.
So,
but neither one of them are doing that great apart. Kind of one of those deals where
their defense flexed a little bit yesterday. Green Bay's defense looked good, and they did enough to win.
Well, you talked about how good their defense was going to be. I mean, you were talking about.
I thought it would be.
And you're right, 100%.
Old
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins pulled an Adrian Martinez against him.
How about speaking of Kurt? They won 28-24 over the Lions. Dude, the Lions, they're not bad. They're a couple players away.
They're still the Lions. They just can't win.
They're still a couple players away, I think. But they're building a different culture.
Yeah.
But I agree.
They're trying.
They're like the Jets. That's who they are. They're like the Jets.
Yeah, they are.
Or the Clippers.
Yeah, they just can't do it. They just can't get over the hump.
Ravens, Your boy, he looking pretty good, 37-26.
Boy, they're tough. Ravens are tough.
You know what? He is Lamar's. Who was it? I think Colin Cowherd said something. He said, you know what? So what if you pay him 4 years for 4 more years? Okay,
Yeah.
and you win two, 1 or 2 division titles. You win 3 playoff games, but you don't win any Super Bowls. That's pretty good, and he's worth the
Yeah,
money.
I mean, he is. I mean, a lot of teams don't ever win their division or don't ever go to the playoffs.
Right.
Or he's gonna get you to either the second round of the playoffs or the AFC Championship game, most likely.
Well, he has
I think the Ravens are that good.
Yeah, well, he has a 77% winning percentage or something stupid like that. It's just insane. But I still wouldn't give him $200 million guaranteed dollars. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't do that. I'd go ahead and franchise.
No, it's tough.
I wouldn't do that. Bengals Jets. You think the Bengals are back, or you think it's just because
I didn't watch 1 second of that game.
Yeah, it's the Bengals just dumb. I watched a little bit of Bengals just beat
their offensive line's still struggling.
Yeah, they got rid of the ball, and guess what? Didn't run Joe Mixon up the middle, so that helped. Raiders and Titans. The Raiders are in trouble. McDaniel.
Raiders are a dumpster fire.
Dude, McDaniel had a meeting with the owner, and I just don't think I think he's the offensive coordinator. And the same thing with the Broncos coach. Sorry, Jose, but both of them Hackett. I said last week. My question of the day was Hackett and McDaniel bad hires for the Raiders and the Broncos, and it looks like right now that they both are.
I'd love to see Dallas go get Sean Payton and get Josh McDaniel as offensive coordinator.
Well,
that'd be nice.
The problem is Jerry Jones is not going to give up that
He's going to have to if he wants to win.
He's not. You can't tell him that, Drew. And you know that. You can't. You know
Sean
this,
Payton
Drew.
might be able to tell him that.
No. Sean Payton has been very candid with Jerry. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I need. I live in Dallas. I like you. We play golf together at the country club and all that, but I'm going to have control over what we do. And Jerry's not going to do that. So to me, Jerry, you go ahead and be on your radio show and all of that, but Sean coaches the team and Sean does the thing. And you have your input, but let him do it. But Jerry, I think Jerry's deal is he wants to let everybody know that he's smart enough to be to win a championship without Jimmy, and it's not going to happen.
No. But I promise you, Sean Payton would have said, don't sign Dak Prescott.
Oh, there's no doubt.
That kind of,
There's no doubt about that. I promise you. Oh, there's no doubt about that. Okay, Eagles, we've already talked about it. Jaguars.
I mean, the Eagles played pretty good in the first quarter. They scored 17 points in the first quarter.
Right.
I mean,
scored 7 the rest of Redskins.
I'm not that impressed.
Me either, but I'm just saying that they look good. That's all I'm saying. They look really good through 3 games. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jaguars 38-10. Oh my God.
Jeez, what was that? I mean,
wow.
I mean, I would have just set the quarterback if I'd have known he's going to look like that with that rib injury.
Dude,
I mean, why did they even play him?
Because he looked good in practice.
Yeah.
That's why.
They got embarrassed.
Yes, they did. Rams Cardinals. The Cardinals, man.
I was on the Rams yesterday, and that helped. But I really thought there'd be more points in that game. I really did. And Cardinals, I mean, they're just the Cardinals. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how good quarterback and all that money.
Until they get Hopkins back, they're in trouble. They're not the same team without him.
Yeah, I mean, they might be in trouble with that contract with that quarterback.
With Kyler?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if he's 5'8", he's a 5'8" quarterback. Right?
Well, but what I'm saying, Drew, without Hopkins, he hadn't been the same guy. It's like Dak Prescott without Amari. They're not the same guy. They're just not.
No.
Falcons and Seahawks. I'm gonna be honest. I did not watch it one second.
I had it on the NFL Red Zone. That was a pretty good game. I lost money on that game. I had the Seahawks, but it was a good game.
I just couldn't watch. I couldn't watch Marcus Mariota.
No.
And
Jacoby Brissett.
No, it wasn't Jacoby. It was the other guy, Geno Smith.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't watch that, bro. Packers, Buccaneers, Tom Brady. How
Game,
about
good
the
game.
Packers defense coming up with the 2 point conversion
Boy,
stoppage?
we got lucky that the delay of game, or Brady might have got him in overtime.
Yeah, you're right, but that happened.
Fournette would have walked into the end zone on that play, and they go delay a game.
Well, the question is, how does Tom Brady allow that to happen?
Yeah, twice in a row.
Yes.
2 times in a row. They did it on a play before. Didn't get called.
So I don't know if that's the play coming in, the play call taking so long, or Tom sitting there trying to diagnose everything and not paying attention to the play clock.
Yeah.
But he's a veteran. He should know better. He should know better.
Yeah. And the play clock's right in front of him.
Right in front of him. Right there. And he's at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like he's on the road.
It's not like the OU announcer was talking during the offensive plays. What is that guy doing?
What
Jeez.
was that?
I have no idea. Bonehead. I see if you're going to do it on defense and yell boomer, but if the offense is on the field, you're not yelling boomer. Come on, dude.
Well, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I don't know why you would.
Well, you're not supposed to. Let's just say that. Niners and Broncos.
What a boring budget, terrible game that was until the last 5 minutes.
Dude, until Russell is just going to have to move around the pocket
Yeah.
and just go back to his own self. He's trying to be this prolific pocket passer. That's just not who he is. He's got to be on the move.
They don't have the offensive line to do that.
Nope. And they're in a lot of trouble. That's all I know. And I had them and the Raiders both going, so I'm going to have to rethink my playoff predictions. We both going to have to go back and redo that. I think we got to go.
Well, the Broncos are in first place, so hold on.
No. Come on now. The Chiefs are going to have their way.
Right, Jose? Come on, Jose. They're in first place. Here we go.
Don't try to juice Jose up and try to get some love for him. Man, don't be doing that's some ass kissing to the umpteenth degree is what the hell you just did.
Dump truck.
Oh, my God, bro. Drew, you need to stop right now with your BS. I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. I'm done. But
I got the Broncos winning the division and in the playoffs. I'm riding them out.
Wait, do you? Let me see. I'm going to go back to see what you got. Let me see, because I still have it.
I'm pretty sure I got them in the playoffs.
NFL playoff predictions. You had we both had the Broncos in the wild card. We had Chiefs winning, Chargers, Broncos, and you had the Ravens. I had the Raiders.
Yeah, you need to change that Raiders to the Ravens.
I did. I changed it after you and I talked. When you said that, I go, yeah, you're right about that. Now, but I haven't gone back because that was my original thing. But yeah, we both had the Bengals, the Bills, the Titans, the Chiefs, and then NFC we had Green Bay, Cowboys, Tampa Bay, Rams, 49ers, Vikings, Eagles, and all that looks good.
I'll still probably all right. I don't know about the Vikings, but the Bears might sneak in there. They're winning ugly.
Nah, the 49ers, the Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings in that. And I like what the AFC is. I agree with you, Raiders. The Broncos, I don't think they're going to make it. The Chargers aren't going to make it. All three of those preseason, yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't see that happening. I agree with you 100% on that. That is just, yeah, that's not happening in that group right there. So, but all right, brother. Well, hey, how'd you do yesterday on your picks on this weekend? By the way, how'd you go for Saturday?
I did it pretty good on Saturday, and then yesterday I split the board, but Broncos helped me out last night. But the early games yesterday, I did all right, and then like I said, I lost money on the Seahawks, and I lost that over on the Rams, but I made a little comeback last night. So overall, it was a pretty good weekend. Nothing too crazy.
Lost on Arkansas.
Yeah, Husker Drew picks went 6-3 Saturday, so felt pretty good about that.
Yep. But Drew, let's go back to the Arkansas. Have you ever seen anything hit the top of the deal and drop down? Straight down.
Yeah. Usually it'll ricochet off
or something.
I mean, just.
But it's like it hit, the ball hit on the wrong bounce to bounce back. Yeah. It's like when you hit a golf shot. and it hits the wrong side of the mound, and it could go one way or the other,
Yeah.
and it bounces the opposite way of what you thought it was going to go.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
hey,
And I don't know that Arkansas recovers from that.
no,
They might get ran off the field this weekend by Alabama. And if you'd have told me that last week, I was all over to be able to take Arkansas in an upset.
well,
But I don't know now. They're coming home. They I don't know. It's gonna be tough for them to recover. And Alabama's juiced up.
I think that they're going to give them all they want. That quarterback from Arkansas is the deal, and I think they're going to give Bama all they want.
I don't know they're going to be able to stop Bama.
That's true.
Their secondary left me something to be desired Saturday, and I think Alabama might expose them.
Well, it's like the Bills. They're decimated in secondary for Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
They have.
But
everybody's hurt.
17 points is a lot.
All right, is Alabama plus 17?
A lot.
Alabama plus minus 17.
Alabama
minus 17. I mean, yeah. Well, tomorrow we'll go through.
That's
we're gonna
Vegas telling you that they think Vegas thinks Bama's gonna roll.
Yep, we're gonna go over all those picks tomorrow, and then also you can set those up, and I'll send you a picture of the games that we're going to be talking about, college games of the week.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're going to talk about Monday Night Football, and then we'll be talking about I'll be redoing my power rankings for show.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. That's what I'll be doing.
All right.
Yeah, send me yours. All right, my brother. Appreciate
Eagles in top 5. Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. I think I already have them in the top 5, actually. Let me see. Where's my power rankings? Eagles are number 5.
Boy.
I have Chiefs, Bills, Chargers, Buccaneers, Eagles.
I'd have the Ravens ahead of the Eagles.
My Ravens were 10. I might have to agree with you. So, but we'll see. I'll redo that tomorrow. So,
all right, buddy.
All right, my brother. That was my guy Drew Henthorne of Husker Drew Picks.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
He just has to. He just can't help himself. He just can't help himself with that stupid ass Big Red shit at the end. I don't know why he has to do that. Yes, I do, because he's Drew Henthorne. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. That was my guy, Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com. And remember, you can watch us on MCSportsNetwork.com. If you've missed the show or you want to come back, you go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com, watch the show, or go to YouTube, subscribe, hit the like button and notifications, and you search the Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark, and we will pop up the same thing on Twitch. So we look forward to you subscribing and helping us out. And remember, tomorrow we'll be tasting that barbecue tomorrow.